Hello everyone, welcome to BTV. As you can see from our shot, it's a beautiful day for today's Premier Division match that we're bringing you from Nottingham Hockey Centre. It's Beeston versus Cardiff and Met. Pushback is at 6 PM this evening, and we've got a little bit of breaking news as well. No Muss today, so Muss fans, unfortunately, Muss did pop his head in and declared himself unfit to play. So it's just me bringing you commentary of Beeston versus Cardiff and Met today. All the best of us. He's back home, I'm sure, already by now. Firstly, let's welcome our visitors, Cardiff and Met, who've made a long journey up from South Wales. Let's read a little bit about them. That's where they set off from earlier today. And Cardiff and Met have a great long history, back to Roath HC, founded in 1896 and then renamed Cardiff a couple of months later. They merged with Cardiff Metropolitan University, becoming Cardiff and Met in 2008. This is their second consecutive season in the Premier Division after being promoted in 22-23. They're part of a wider Cardiff Athletic Club, and their home ground is the Sport Wales National Centre at Sophia Gardens in Cardiff, a wonderful venue where I've commentated on before. So a warm welcome to everyone from Cardiff and Met today to Nottingham Hockey Centre. The teams will be coming out shortly, but have we got time to go through the teams? No, yes we do. Just a couple of changes for Beeston. No Ollie Ashdown today, he doesn't make the side. He is assistant coach officially today. And Zavax Cordero, who made his debut against Richmond in the rearranged fixture last Sunday, there's no place for him in the squad. But a nice settled side from Beeston. Cardiff and Met look like this. One change to report for them. No Owen Dolan Gray, but replacing him, returning to the side, Johnny Fleck. But it's pretty much as you were for the side from South Wales. Other than that, oh, look what we've got. We're looking at Mark Philpott, or we were looking at Mark Philpott, the goalkeeper for Cardiff and Met, and we're just seeing the protective gear being delivered behind the back of the goal. A BTV innovation. So we're able to bring you behind the goals, certainly from the boulevard end. Let's see if we can put another 50p in the meter. This is the way that things get underway today. 5 fixtures in the men's Premier Division, of course, Wimbledon and Surbiton in action in the EHL. We'll bring you an update from there. Today's visitors, Cardiff and Met, 1 win and 1 loss already. Beeston, a draw and a win, which sees them in 4th. So the early season table starting to take shape. We'll keep you up to speed with the goals as they go in, if we're able to, and hopefully give you an updated table at the end of the day. Our match officials, Mike Talbot is the man with a clipboard, and in orange today, Andy Pullane and Daniel Stewart. So as the teams make their way out to halfway, we'll pause for a moment or two as the teams get into formation. defending at the start of the game. They're all in their huddle. You can see Beeston getting into their huddle. They like to start attacking the Boulevard end in the first half of their home fixtures. Cardiff have met their season so far. They started the season with a bang, an away win at Southgate on opening day, winning that one 3-1. Rodri Furlong, Ian Davis and Rhys Goman, the players on target that day. Last week at home, Cardiff have met who've yet to win in the Premier Division at home, but they have a surprisingly strong recent away record, something to be wary of today. A home defeat against a strong Holcombe side. Yohan Wall's penalty corner, the only goal for them last week. Beeston started the season 3-0 up against Richmond, and then lightning intervened, and I think that'll probably be the final mention of that this season on BTB. Following week, a trip to Hampstead and Westminster, a 2-2 draw where the Bees led twice and were pegged back on both occasions. Late on, the equaliser came to share the points, and it was a 3-1 home victory the following day, last Sunday, here at Nottingham Hockey Centre, that got the win in the bag for the Bees. Cardiff in blue, white and blue get us underway. Beeston in the black, black and gold. Cardiff have met. We've seen visiting teams like to dominate early possession. Early touch for Penrose. Beeston have got stronger during the games. Obviously just 26 seconds gone now. That's the first touch for Beeston. And, must say festivities are in the air this evening. Oktoberfest at Nottingham Hockey Centre. We've had the traditional umpire music, which has gone down a storm with the players of Beeston. I really enjoyed that before the start of the match as they were warming up. If you believe that, you believe anything. Richmond sails one to the far corner of the D, and it's played in. There's a potential for a penalty corner here, but that's dealt with comfortably and effectively by Cardiff, and that bring it out to the 23-metre line. Touch for Furlong. He scored the opening fixture away at Southgate. I think we can count the Beeston touches on one hand so far, 90 seconds in. It's a good take from Toby Stanley, who runs into traffic and earns a free hit. Beeston quickly over the halfway line. Will we come back? Griffiths with the captain's armband on his left arm rolls the ball back. You can see in the distance the air ambulance is taking off, and apologies if that's rattling your plants wherever you're watching us. That's a good interception from Cardiff and met on the far side, but it comes to nothing. Quick out of the traps. Beeston shovel the ball. And Cardiff and Met take it over. And once again, Richmond tangles with his man. And the visitors will clear. I suspect this is going in the air, and yes, it does. Allowed to bounce into the circle for the first time now. Cardiff and Met, then it's a stroke. Simon Hudgman in the Beeston goal. Couldn't do a lot about that. There's the aerial ball. Watching it bounce for the first time. Hudgman padded the ball away, but I think fouled his man in the process. Jack Pritchard was the player fouled. Rhys Goman, who scored a penalty stroke in the opening fixture, is on the spot again. Hudgman taking his time, collecting his thoughts. Goman trusted with the responsibility for Cardiff and Met. Takes a touch, but it's into the back of the net. And the visitors score on 3 minutes. Just checking if that did get a touch or whether it was just the sound of the net rippling. I think he might have come off the top of Hujwan's glove, but to no effect. Rhys Goman. It is. He's got the ball rolling, and a traditional slow start for Beeston has been punished, I think. First time in the circle for Cardiff and Met, and they're rewarded with the opening goal. Trying to work out if we've got some supporters banging the back of the chapel. Need to deal with that. Just watching some interesting chat off camera. Goman being spoken to at length by Jamie Rawlings. Interesting. Looks like the conversation was one direction as well. Beeston cross into the final quarter of the field. There's an angle ball on. Support is coming. When is that ball into the circle? It's been delayed and flicked away over the sideline for a Beeston ball. That ball coming in. Could that have gone in earlier? Or was waiting the right thing to do? Richmond. Back to Collinson. Shot from the edge of the circle by the always threatening Henry Croft, but it took a defensive touch. Long corner for Beeston. Still 65 minutes of the game to go. No need to go into panic mode just yet for Beeston. Angle ball on for Stanley towards the top of the circle. Griffiths takes a touch and then played away. Griffiths familiar with the setup at Sophia Gardens, being a Welsh international. Into the circle again, and then a low aerial is picked out of the sky, and Cardiff and Met will be able to clear. Time off. Andy Pillane is the umpire in picture, having a chat. Time back on. Along the ground we go. Interesting from Morgan. Running straight at the Beeston players, still with Cardiff and Met. Now the pressure coming from Dinny. Dinny gives it away to Stamp. Stamp runs into traffic. Stamp in possession again. Angle ball in towards Griffiths. Griffiths out to the right-hand side. Quick movement from Beeston in towards the circle. Is there a penalty corner at the end of this? Is there a shot on goal at the end of this? No, there isn't. I think it was carried over the baseline. Swept forward to halfway. Cardiff and Met quickly move from one end of the field to the other. Support is coming towards the penalty spot now. More players arriving in blue all the time to the left of the field. Good reaching in from Toby Stanley. Picks the ball out. And that threat from Cardiff comes to nothing this time. Richmond. Crossfield ball. Not a great deal of movement out of the camera, so Beeston having to keep the ball at the back. Cardiff are making it difficult to get through the midfield. Taken over the sideline for a Beeston ball. Third of the way towards the boulevard end goal that they're attacking. Ball in towards Richmond now. Richmond sweeping it forward again towards the top of the circle. Good turn from Croft. Croft, is there a shooting angle here? It's been turned in for the equaliser. Fantastic work. George Fletcher is the player taking the congratulations. But a lot of that comes down to the industry of Croft on the right-hand side. That ball across was very quick, and you heard the thump of the ball across the backboard. That's a fantastic take. Rolls his man. And that went through a couple of players, including Liam Barker in the defensive line for Cardiff. And we are back level again. Fletcher with his first strike of the season, as far as I know. One thing we were pretty much guaranteed today was goals. In the first official game, 4 goals were shared by Beeston away at Hampstead and Westminster. 4 goals again, this time 3-1 for the Bees. Cardiff and Met, first match, 4 goals in that game. 3-1 away win, and then a 4-1 home defeat last weekend. So plenty of goals, and we've already had 2 here, and we're just entering the 9th minute. And 9 minutes now complete. Penrose twists, turns, does it stay in? Yes, it does. Penrose again, runs it in towards Rawlings, who gives away a foul. Beeston back into a defensive formation. Penrose again, playing it low, and then fired towards the 23-metre line, brought forward at speed by Beeston. Sutton earns a free hit. There's only 2 players in the circle at the moment. Beeston holding off for support to come in. Ball out to the right, Richmond. Aerial to the far side of the circle. Can it be kept in? It has been tapped away, but over the sideline, Cardiff ball. Aerial to get things going again for Cardiff, and Met taken down absolutely fantastically by, I think that's James Tyson, number 16 for Cardiff and Met. Penrose, who's been quite prominent in the opening moments. Little slip from Furlong. Floodlights on at Nottingham Hockey Centre. Hunt takes the ball over the baseline. Beeston will restart again. We do have additional camera operators with us today, and the whole chapel's creaking as a result, which is filling me with confidence. Dylan Lynn-Hom twists and shapes and gets the ball back to the 23-metre line. Pressure comes, but that's a good outlet ball. Fallen very kindly for Dunn. Towards the top of the circle, taken. That's a penalty corner, and Fletcher involved again. So here comes the replay. Missed twice. That's the ball forward from Dunn. That's nice towards the top of the circle. And George Fletcher engineering Beeston's penalty corner. We get to have a good look at this. Going over to inject Robbie Gleeson. We've seen him run in previously. Towards the top of the circle, it's low, it's been padded away excellently by Mark Philpott in the Cardiff and Met goal, keeping out that shot from the top of the circle. Good pace on it, admittedly it's a good height for the goalkeeper to reach, but he had to be there to block it, so kudos and points to Mark Philpott in the Cardiff goal. Penrose in front of the camera. Furlong. Under a little bit of pressure on halfway. Cardiff use the space on their left-hand side. Penrose is hugging the touchline in front of the camera. We're in possession now. Goes through George Fletcher. Andy Pullane insisting on the ball being brought back to where he saw the offence. Diagonal ball over halfway. Missed trap. Sees a turnover of possession high up the field. Cardiff and Met working it through Tyson on the halfway line. Pressure coming from Prentice. Sideline ball for Cardiff and Met. Into the circle. Long corner. Swish of the arm from the umpire, who is Daniel Stewart. Rolling quickly. There's 90 seconds left of this first quarter on BTV. 1-1, and that's a strong stick on that, blocking the ball towards the top of the circle. Beeston don't get the pass right in the middle of the field and turn over possession. Cardiff on their bike quickly again. Is there a bit too much heat on that? Has it been kept in? It's been played away. Beeston are claiming it's a Beeston ball, but it has gone the way of Cardiff and Met. It's gone a long way, and this time it will be Beeston that will clear. 17.5 minutes per quarter in National League games. One 70-minute game, two halves of 35. Divided into 4 quarters of 17.5. Big distance on that. Who's first to it? It's been nudged away. Appreciated the endeavour on the aerial ball. I think it may have even been Croft who made it out to the left-hand side. Did take a bang on his knee at the match against Richmond last Sunday. Some concern for him, but managed to see the rest of the game through okay. And clearly in a good place. Kind of from in towards the circle, there's a foot. Will there be, actually it's a long corner. I thought that was a foot outside the circle. It's a long corner. crunched in. And is that a penalty corner? No, it isn't. It took stick rather than foot to take the ball over the sideline. And Cardiff and Met won't be able to take advantage of that. It is quarter time. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. The penalty stroke from Rhys Goman, scoring nice and early for the visitors. Second penalty stroke converted of the season for the number 10. And George Fletcher converting from close in on 8 minutes after really good work from the right-hand side from Henry Croft. Fletcher had a very, very good quarter. What we will do is pause as the teams get their information and a few electrolytes in, and we'll be back for the second quarter in a few moments' time. Stay with BTV. Welcome back to BTV. Thanks for sticking with us. Those of you expected to hear the silky tones of Steve Musson, unfortunately failed a late fitness test and he's had to go home, unfortunately. So all the very best to Muss. Get well soon. By failing a late fitness test, he genuinely was here, but then didn't feel good enough to continue. So it's just me today bringing you the coverage from the England Hockey Men's Premier Division. Beeston versus Cardiff and Met. We've already seen 2 goals. Cardiff and Met scoring. Rhys Goman on 10 minutes penalty stroke. And the equaliser coming from George Fletcher 5 or 6 minutes later. Floodlights are on at Nottingham Hockey Centre. The pitch does look fantastic under the floodlights. I'm sure this is part of the decision why we've got 6 o'clock starts. I know a lot of other clubs around the country are enjoying their late starts today. 4 matches, of which one of us is this one. That's 4 o'clock. Also starting at 6 o'clock, Hampstead, Westminster, Holcombe, Old Georgians and Richmond, and Southgate and Oxted 2. Slightly bucking the trend, Bowden East Grinstead is at 6:30 today. Also EHL in action as well at Surbiton. Both Wimbledon and Surbiton in action today. If both teams win, they will meet tomorrow. But we don't know the outcome of those fixtures yet. We'll have a delve at half-time. Flicked aerial ball out towards the right-hand side. Touched away to safety. Griffiths leaves it for Richmond. Richmond thought about lobbing that into the circle but decided against it. Rawlings out towards Stanley, who decides to bring the ball in towards the circle. That's risky in the circle. Beeston in possession. I thought for a moment that it was Griffiths who got the better of that exchange. Another shallow aerial ball, but a successful one out to the Cardiff right-hand side. Watching the run of Dinny as he makes his way towards the top of the circle out of picture. Many thanks to the ball patrol as well. Great to see you out. It's a really nice night out here in Nottinghamshire. It is Oktoberfest night as well. There's plenty of food and refreshments opportunities as the chapel creaks again. It makes me feel even more comfortable. Into the circle go Cardiff and Met, but this should be mopped up by Beeston. The play is brought to a halt. Ball then played out. Ball in towards the circle is blocked, and there's a nice reverse pass, I think through the legs, in towards the circle, and Beeston will clear. Aerial, lots of distance on this one, taken down by Ian Davis. Good pace about Cardiff as they are in the final third. Patient in defence in midfield, and pacey when they're in a final third. Something to look out for. Taking a touch on the way through. That was neat in defence. Nice little sidestep. Good shift of the body. Joe Paul. Running into his man. I'm trying to work out if that was a card shown. I think 29 Nick Morgan was the player who was carded. What colour was that card? I suspect a green. It was a green card for Nick Morgan. So Beeston a player up. What can they make from this opportunity? Aerial towards the left-hand side of the circle, taken down pretty neatly in the Cardiff defensive ranks. Strong pressure though from Beeston. Can they hunt and win the ball high up the field? As the ball stayed in play, it has been juggled pretty neatly. Pritchard leaves it back with Dinny. Dinny back in possession again, watching the movement of Barker towards the middle of your picture. He's gone all the way from the left across the right-hand side of the field. Dinny again. Shimmy to the left-hand side. Nice reverse ball, keeping it in possession with Cardiff. Barker. Furlong, big shad of man on. Played in from Paul. Reaching and reaching for the ball, but possession is lost by Henry Croft. And another blow on the whistle. There's another card that's been shown, and that looks like a 5-minute yellow card for Croft, but we'll get confirmation of that in due course. So both teams down to 10. Temporarily, that's a blow for Beeston. 24th minute. I suspect as the ball sails into the netting behind the goal, there was a degree of physicality there that the umpire didn't like. Cardiff are back to 11. That suspension is now complete. I think Morgan's yellow, green card has been completed as they attack into the circle, and that was very close to being turned in for 2 for Cardiff. That was trickling towards goal. Beeston dealt with it in defence under a great deal of pressure. Cardiff now looking to make the most of what will probably be around 3.5 minutes with a player advantage. That is a yellow card for Henry Croft. Flicked in towards the circle. Stanley crouching over, beats his man well. And who got the touch on that? I think it may have been Stanley who put the ball out. Davies. Out towards the right-hand side, into the circle now. Played away. Barker. Again from the long corner. Wall. Now we had an indication that there was a 5 minutes of being shown, possibly not 5 metres, could have been the probably the call. So it is a green card for Henry Croft, and that is now complete as well. So 2 teams back to full strength again. Great pace about this game. Goman, the goal scorer for Cardiff, making his way towards the circle, continued his run a long way, and that goes behind the goal. Push forward to Richmond. No confusion this week. The only Richmond you'll find is Alistair Richmond. Popping up off the stick. Umpire Daniel Stewart points the direction of the boulevard. It's the end that Beeston are attacking. Richmond tries to go past 2 players. Earns a free hit right at 5 metres in from the right-hand sideline. Rawlings, who's had a quiet game so far. Usually we'll see him when it comes to penalty corner time. Just 1 penalty corner in the game so far, coming in the first from Beeston. That was padded away quite well from Mark Philpott in the Cardiff goal. Very smartly done in midfield from the visitors. Moments of appreciation, I think, from the Canberra team for Mark Philpott in the Cardiff goal. Crossfield ball to Davies, who crunches it towards the top of the circle, but it has been intercepted, and Beeston bring it out towards halfway. At the moment, there's not many people back home for Cardiff. On rushing Joe Paul towards the right-hand side. There's an appeal. Yes, there is. Free hit just outside the edge of the circle for Beeston. Look at the number of players in blue defending the goal at the boulevard end. And just like that, possession is turned over. Couldn't, watching this on the other cameras or on the replay, we got getting a great view of that. This is what we can see as Cardiff are being penned in front of their own goal. Made it out to the quarter line. Flicked ball forward. Umpire watching it carefully. He clearly must have seen that one drift out of play. Beeston ball. 30th minute, Beeston 1, Cardiff 1. No scoring since That equalising goal from George Fletcher. Robbie Gleeson not making the connection he would have wanted to. Cardiff bring the ball towards halfway. Watching the movement from Hunt, who's the player who's just crossed the penalty spot. That comes to nothing. With a slightly different hat on, I did speak to Cardiff's Rebecca Daniels, their manager, and coach Walid Abdo a week ago. Very positive, and there's a chance here for Beeston. Griffiths just lingering around, but that wasn't to be. Just watching it on the replay, little thump of the fist from George Fletcher, who was hoping for a pass. Ball's gone an awfully long way. Trying to get an ID on the forward player for Beeston, who's got the bright orange glove that looked like a captain's armband for a second. So we'll tiny bit of confusion. Approaching half-time, bright floodlights at Nottingham Hockey Centre. Crossfield aerial ball, that is going to be intercepted from Cardiff. Nick Morgan, who was earlier green carded, taps the ball out of play. Beeston sideline ball. Big calls from the sideline of no, no, no. Inside, this is Griffiths, who gets the ball away under a lot of pressure in midfield. Get the feeling teams are both looking towards half-time now. It's been a busy first 33 minutes or thereabouts. Probably time to regroup, have a think how to tackle the second half. I was talking to Stephen Wood briefly before the game, and he anticipated a lot of the fixture to be fought in the midfield, and we definitely have seen that. Did suggest to him that if you want to avoid that, you can completely bypass the midfield, but he didn't take kindly to my suggestion. That's why he's a coach and I'm not. Two minutes to go until quarter time. The match clock will have stopped, so the players won't know how long is left in the half. We approximate it to be about 2 minutes left as well, so if the whistle blows before, do be prepared for that. I think both teams navigating towards half time. Definitely don't want to concede now. That's good blocking from the Cardiff defensive unit. There's a turnover and another turnover. Possession. Nobody wants the ball at the moment. And this is Griffiths out to the right-hand side from Dunn. Takes his man on and gets past his literal opposite number William Riley. Stanley. One more opportunity with 60 seconds left. An aerial ball is on, but it has been kept on the ground. Good give and go into the circle once more. Is there anything on the end of this? It's been padded away by the goalkeeper, and that's the closest we've come to a third goal. Just look at that calm work in the Cardiff goal from Mark Philpott. Wasn't fazed by the ball coming to him. This time it is aerial, taken down by Dylan Limhon. Sweeps the ball back. The players won't be aware of how long is left in the quarter, so if they want to bring it forward, now is the time, 10 seconds or so. And that is the final act of a very entertaining first half on BTV. Beeston 1, Cardiff and Met 1 is the half-time score. Bringing you up to speed with the scoring sequence. Rhys Gomes' penalty stroke on 3 minutes. The first time that Cardiff and Met had entered the circle. Simon Hujwan fouling his man. Gomes finding the roof of the net with his stroke on 3 minutes. George Fletcher, though, converting at the other end of the field from close range, following strong work down the right-hand side from Henry Croft. This is BTV. We have a game on our hands. Stay with us. And the visitors will clear. I suspect this is going in the area. Yes, it does. Allowed to bounce into the circle for the first time now. Cardiff and Met, then it's a stroke. Goman trusted with the responsibility for Cardiff and Met. Takes a touch, but it's into the back of the net. And the visitors score on 3 minutes. Towards the boulevard end goal that they're attacking. Ball in towards Richmond now. Richmond sweeping it forward again towards the top of the circle. Good turn from Croft. Croft, is there a shooting angle here? It's been turned in for the equaliser. Fantastic work, George Fletcher. Welcome back to BTV. You can see through the netting the teams are making their way out for the start of the second half. Lights are on, the vibe is good. You can finally see the balcony where a lot of support is gathered as we zoom in to Beeston, who will start the second half. I can give you a couple of final scores. Firstly, in the EHL, Wimbledon 3, Western Wildcats 1 is a final score in the EHL. So Wimbledon will play in the KO 8. Surbiton Waterloo Ducks, we're waiting for an update on that. So we'll let you know as soon as we get an update. We do also know there's a full-time score elsewhere, but I'm sure that match started at 6 o'clock, so I'm starting to doubt myself. It's a double header at Hampstead and Westminster. Pretty sure. We'll double check that. Early into the circle we go for Beeston. Steady start to the second half. That's been blocked. Beeston towards the top of the circle very quickly. Penalty corner number 1 of the second half. Turning over a mistake quickly. Turning that into a penalty corner. Early. Look at this. No worries at all from Cardiff on the restart. And look at that aerial ball from the restart. Picked out in towards the circle, finding a leg. And I think Matthew McGann has been a little bit unfortunate. But Beeston with the opportunity. You can see with number 3 on his back, Jamie Rawlings. It did put the ball in the net in the first match against Richmond. However, that game got abandoned, so his goal not counted. He's the likeliest player. He's the player who's just suddenly gone down. There is the option of Croft as well, or a routine. It is Rawlings, and that's been taken off the line. Good penalty corner. Found the bottom corner, however, the defender was there. Taken away at the moment of shooting from Croft, who complains to the umpire nearby. Long corner for Beeston. All of this stemming from a turnover and a mistake from Cardiff. In towards the circle, umpire whistling out to the dotted line. And over the baseline. Very promising couple of minutes for Beeston, including that penalty corner. Fired long from the restart, but taken down with a bit of difficulty. 2 players dropping to the turf. Just seeing who's taking a little longer to get up there from Beeston. It looks sort of innocuous challenge are coming together, and I think it could be Toby Stanley who's taking his time getting up. But the umpires are having, well, appear to be having a chat. don't suspect there's going to be any further action, but is that Toby Stanley, number 4, over there? He seems to be back to his feet. It certainly come off the worst from that collision. Another free hit. Cardiff with possession on halfway. So Beeston's possession lasted all of 2 seconds or thereabouts. Davis. Dinny, who runs into trouble on the 23-metre line. Beeston with a delightful crossfield ball. Griffiths has continued his run. Watching this into the circle. Shot, and then wide of the upright, thumping into the advertising boards behind the goal. Beeston are really starting to knock on the door. They had the penalty corner opportunity a couple of minutes ago. Now we've had that second shot as well. Ball popping up off the surface, and Alistair Richmond, I think, was going to try and put that into space, but didn't connect with it. Goal scorer at Goman. We'll restart just outside the dotted line, 5 metres away from the edge of the circle. Into the circle it goes. Does take a touch on the way through. Home side will be back in possession. Good pressure from Cardiff and Met. These lose possession. Ball popping up off the turf, punched in towards the circle. Stanley under the watchful eye of 2 Cardiff forwards. Ball played into Charlie Hunt. And Beeston will be able to clear. Now, Jon Wall definitely connected with Owen Sutton, and Sutton will will earn a free hit for Beeston. No further action other than the free hit. Gleeson. Quicker movement around Cardiff and Met from Beeston this time. Is there a route into the circle? There is. 2 players battling for the ball in the circle. You can see the familiar figure of Henry Croft with a note 11 on his back. Long corner, I think, will be the outcome here. Reverse ball doesn't come off, and lofted into the night sky. Scott Rawlings, I'm sure he felt like he was entitled to win that ball, but it has gone the way of the hosts. Collinson. Collinson again, this time from the side. Low aerial ball picked out of the sky by Alf Diddy. Stanley rolls it back. Pressure coming from Cardiff and Met. Beeston. There is a whistle. Umpire Andy Pullane with a nod of the head and the classic outstretched palms. Stops play, and I think he wants to have a chat with someone. Rodri Furlong receiving a chat from Andy Pullane. We will go again. Fletcher. And now pressure coming from Cardiff and Met. They win the ball back on halfway. Restart is quick. And then Bees thought they were away once more. Whistle blows in favour of the visitors. Cardiff and Met, who've had a sticky spell. Davies. That's a missed trap. And Beeston will clear. Around 9 minutes or so until three-quarter time. Plenty of hockey still to play. We did have that flurry of goals. Both goals you can see on your scoreboard are from the first 10 minutes. Good angle on the run. And that's a penalty corner. And arms in the air from George Fletcher, who wanted to continue the run. But the foul has been upgraded to a penalty corner. Second penalty corner of the second half for Beeston. Watch this. There's the flick ball forward, and then the run is diagonal one. Strong tackle, and there's the shot that thumped into goalkeeper Mark Philpott's boot. So penalty corner number 3 overall from Beeston. Number 3, Jamie Rawlings, is there. A little bit further back into the right hand side, Oliver Dunn. And also lingering David Loy from Canada. Wonder what's in the routine. Plays the call. It's quick towards the top of the circle. It's a clever routine. Kicked away from Philpott. It's going to come back again. Cardiff back in possession. Down the middle go Beeston, played in towards the circle, shooting opportunity here coming up with the stick, and then whistle blows. Cardiff defensive ball. Good work, but the final pass wasn't there. But he's back in possession from Will Riley. Tyson twists and turns under a lot of Beeston pressure. Promising run down the left-hand side. Nice ball inside, turn and take from Furlong. He twists again and races towards the 23-metre line. He's still in possession of the ball, shovels it to the left. Roderick Furlong's run continues. He's moved out of the picture now. There's a shooting opportunity, opens itself up around the outside of the circle. Here's that moment of play again. Doesn't it look good under the lights? Beeston with a defensive hit, playing it towards Collinson. Collinson checks back. Collinson keeps it in play. And I think the umpire might have to have a chat here. Clock is stopped. Very physical connection. I think the umpire wants to speak to both Ian Davies. Umpire umpire's hand was in his pocket for a moment or two. And there's a smile on his face and there's a handshake between Collinson and Davies. And everyone's friends again. That was a quite severe tussle for the ball. Straight through the middle, a slide as well in the process. The ball's off. Beeston to go from the side. A little spark has gone out of the game. Both sides definitely have got the capacity to win this game, and I don't think the goal scoring has ended just yet. Who will get the next goal? It feels critical to the outcome of the game. Cardiff and Met running in through Oliver Dunn. Big call of man on from the side. Furlong, I think, played that into his man, but Beeston have possession. Not long now until three-quarter time. Played inside to Paul, who sweeps it back and to the left. There's a little bit of space opening up on the Beeston left-hand side, which George Fletcher looks to take advantage of. Cuts inside himself, angle ball towards the top of the circle, takes a touch, or it doesn't take a touch from Henry Croft. That will look very close to me. Umpire was perfectly placed though. Great idea. I wonder if Croft was just looking to get the tiniest of connections or looking to bring the ball under his spell and then turn and shoot. Either way, Cardiff and Met were back in possession. Again, was the player on the ball a few moments ago, number 26. Here he is again back in possession of the 23-metre line. Ankle ball towards the edge of the circle, flicked in towards goal, through the legs from captain Jack Pritchard. Very inventive play. Cardiff and Met having a very good couple of moments as they make their way towards the edge of the circle. Beeston mass in defence. Loy twists and turns and tries to work his way through. I think Davies, that was. It was. And so close to interception from Richmond. Fired above the bar. Here's that shot again, and you see it flash over the camera. About a minute until three-quarter time. Is there an opportunity for another shot on goal? Beeston earn a free hit. Seconds left in this third quarter, and Cardiff with one more throw of the dice, it feels. That's been snuffed out for a combination of Oliver Dunn. Can Beeston make this 20 seconds count? Can they get the ball up towards the top of the circle? No, they can't. They will have a sideline ball though. Joe Paul. Croft takes a more direct route through a couple of players. And I'm sure we're moments away from three-quarter time. The clock stops, play continues. There is three-quarter time, no change in the score, it's as you were and as it was in the 8th minute. Rhys Coleman's penalty stroke opening the scoring on 3. George Fletcher on 8, levelling things up. I feel there's goals in this game. Wherever you're watching in the world, do say hello. It'd be good to hear from you. Your thoughts on who might take all 3 points, or will the points be shared? Do stay with us on BTV. Welcome back to BTV. We have a result in the Euro Hockey League KO 16. The final whistle has blown a few moments ago, and I can tell you it's finished Surbiton 4, Waterloo Ducks 2. So that sets up tomorrow's big clash. The two English sides meet at 5 p.m. tomorrow, if my calendar is correct. Wimbledon play Surbiton for 1 place in the Euro Hockey League KO 8 next Easter. I can also give you some other latest scores around the grounds. Let's just have a look at that. What a strike from Henry Croft. I knew there was another goal, but they looked like there was nothing on. Suddenly, Croft found the space and hammers the shot low and hard underneath Philpott. Look at this, nothing appeared on, and then bang. And the arms outstretched from Henry Croft signal. It's another one to the growing tally of fine strikes from the Great Britain international, Henry Croft. The 53rd minute goal. So Cardiff have been pegged back. They were leading very early on. They were brought level on the 8th minute. That's the way it stayed until Henry Croft got the 3rd goal of the game. I knew there were more goals in this game. That is the 3rd goal, the final one. Stick with us. Chip ball forward over halfway. give and go. 1-2. Look at the height that Henry Croft can hold his stick, which blocks, makes it difficult for a player to get the aerial ball away. Stanley with a restart. Addresses the ball, plays it down the line, picked out of the air rather splendidly by Griffiths, who drives towards and into the circle. Long corner for Beeston. Dylan Limhon sweeps it back. Umpire Pullane has come a long way forward. I usually see both umpires in the same half at the same time. Maybe he wants a better look at things. Rawlings with the aerial towards the right-hand side, which closest to is Liam Barker, but he didn't get a stick on it. Happy to leave it and watch it bounce out of play. Cardiff allowed an awful lot of possession. Nice turn, leaving Will Prentice on his feet. Played in towards the top of the circle. And must say that this is a tricky moment. I think that flew off Simon Hujwan's boot. Great angle to see that, and really calm defensive work from Will Prentice. Cardiff scrambling to get back on level terms. Nick Morgan taking the ball a long way, shielding it with his stick and his body. Furlong turns into the circle. Really good angle here. You can see the outcome of that play. I think the ball being lifted into the defender's body. Looks the umpires like it. Chance of Colt for Ben Collinson. Henry Croft taking up an unfamiliar left-hand position, decides to go for power. And that's that gone in, it's on the line. Umpire scrambles out of the way. Philpott was in front of the ball and it just needed another touch. Wouldn't mind seeing that again at the first opportunity. Beeston still in possession, turning into the circle. No. Griffiths penalised. Nice shape on that out ball towards Morgan, who moves it quickly to Rawlings. Rawlings turns, twists, skips it back to Furlong. Furlong in turn to Penrose. Penrose trying to move the Beeston defence with possession. Cardiff. Cardiff to the right-hand side again, and Penrose. Penrose angle ball in towards the right-hand side of the circle. Who did it take a touch off last? It must be a Cardiff player. Charlie Hunt. You just saw him. Great position, waiting for that ball, but it never came. Almost an hour gone on BTV. Beeston 2, Cardiff and Met 1. It has been tricky for both sides, and whoever comes away with the points will have definitely earned them. Good turn and good pace. That might be Collinson on the right-hand side. No, it isn't. It is actually Richmond who's on the right-hand side. Collinson taking up the position on the left and now receives the ball. Cardiff, making it difficult for Beeston to maintain easy possession. 10 minutes to play. This is the one and only BTV. Bowman, the goal scorer, plays the ball into the circle. Takes a defensive touch, played in towards goal. I think another defensive touch slowed its path towards goal. And then smashed the full length of the field out of play. Sometimes that's all you need. You've got to get the ball out of harm's way. That ball's been picked up well by Beeston. Little shove on Robbie Gleeson, who restarts towards the right-hand side. He continues his run. Beeston incremental progress down the right-hand side of the field at the moment. 2 cards in the game. Morgan in the second quarter, and a little bit later in the second quarter, Henry Croft was shown a green card as well. No further disciplinary action, but there have been a couple of talkings too. Interesting ball forward to Barker, who was at full stretch and couldn't reach the pass. If you are in the Nottingham area and fancy taking part in these celebrations for Oktoberfest, I'm sure you're more than welcome to come on down. There's food and drink and plenty to enjoy as well. It's Oktoberfest. Ball taking a touch, brought down by Griffiths really well. He's on the left-hand side. He will have to turn, or will he do it on the reverse? He's played it in towards the goal, and Philpott has stood up well to deflect the ball for a long corner. Temperature dropping every second here, noticeably. Penalty corner for Beeston. Foul outside the circle. Green card shown also. Now let's watch this through. There's the start of the play from Rawlings. Move quickly along the right-hand side. I think it's that reaching tackle that's been penalised. Not able to ID the Cardiff and Met player who has been green carded, but as soon as we do have that, I'll let you know. You fancy that a third goal would probably be it for Beeston. They've already had 4 penalty corner attempts and they've come close on at least 2 of them. Can their 4th one? Little shuffle towards the left-hand side. It's again really good defensive work from goalkeeper Mark Philpott, who's had an outstanding game. He's currently down though, and play is stopped. Is it possible to see that penalty corner while we're looking? No, we're not able to see that. Very, very solid connection. I think it was just a pace on that might have seen the goalkeeper need a few moments to regather. There's a steal high up the end of the pitch that Beeston are attacking. The third goal isn't vital, but it would be welcome. I think Beeston are caught in 2 minds here, whether they want the third goal or whether they're happy to maintain possession and see out the 3 points. 1 goal is always a tricky lead. There's a fire ball in towards the circle. Well watched and defended by Cardiff. Played in to a Beeston player. Cardiff will clear towards halfway quickly. Nice turn from Roderick Furlong, who pushes the ball forward in towards Stamp. Fletcher would run towards the circle. More pressure building, appeal, penalty corner again for Beeston. They're starting to build something with around 5 minutes left on the clock. I thought that Fletcher might have got into the corner here. You see your thoughts aligned with mine. You can see Fletcher, number 10, and then he turns in towards the circle. Just a little step which caused the foot. We still don't have an idea on the player who's been green carded yet, but they're still sitting down. Change and injector. Robbie Gleeson is the player who will now inject. He's just replaced Owen Sutton. Towards the top of the circle it goes. Croft thought about shooting it, and it has been played towards goal, and the umpire was right on it. It looked like it was a mistake, and Croft should have battered it. However, there was a routine Cardiff back to 11. Scott Rawlings was the player who was shown the green card a few minutes ago for that foul outside the circle. There was a Brady to a penalty corner. 5 penalty corners today for Beeston, non-converted. No penalty corners at all for Cardiff. There's 4 minutes still to play. Has that been kept in? No, it wasn't kept in play by Toby Stanley. He was scrambling to maintain possession right in front of us here at the chapel. Playing the ball down. Ian Davis, who scored in the opening week's victory away at Southgate. One goal for either team will make a world of difference to the outcome for this game. Needless to say, a goal for Beeston. 3 points are in the bag. With 3 minutes to play, a goal for Cardiff. It looks like both teams are shaking hands with a point apiece. But plenty still to sort out between now and the final whistle. Whistle blows, Cardiff ball. The lights on the cars of the Boulevard end roll by. Touch of game management here. Taken down, 3D work. Free hit to Beeston, incremental progress. The little shoveled aerial ball forward, taken down by Griffiths. Making a few metres every time, and also importantly not allowing Cardiff possession. You can't score if you haven't got the ball. Collinson. Under a lot of pressure, turns one way, then the other, and puts his foot on the gas. Collinson has done very well here. Possession is turned over. Good sliding challenge. Brilliant work, which is appreciated by the crowd here at Nottingham Hockey Centre, putting everything on the line. Beeston need to see out these next 70 seconds or thereabouts. Collinson rides one challenge and then gets robbed in towards the circle. This is possibly the final throws of the dice for Cardiff with a... There we go, just seeing the end of that play. High aerial ball in the night, skips off the turf. Cardiff have got to get the ball down the other end if they want to go home with anything out of this game. That's the direction of travel for them at the moment. They're in the final third of the field. Is there a penalty corner? Can Beeston see this out? There's a scrambled out of defence, punched out towards the sideline. 20 seconds. Angle ball is on. It is bashed towards the goal, and with time ticking away, that might be that. Rawlings, I'm sure, will put this into the night sky, which he does. Taken down quite forcibly. Great connection with that. Cardiff, as it might be another roll of the dice here. Into the circle and then out for a long corner. There is the final whistle. Beeston have come from behind to claim 3 points. Rhys Goman's penalty stroke on the 3rd minute put Cardiff and Met onto a road for another great away performance, but George Fletcher equalising on 8 minutes pegged them back, and that's the way it stayed until very early in the 4th quarter, where Henry Croft added to us a collection of fantastic strikes. They all seem to come down that end of the field at the moment. That is it. Beeston 2, Cardiff and Met 1. Handshakes all round, great entertainment. Been a pleasure being part of it today. If you are watching on and been keeping an eye on the EHL and haven't yet seen the scores, Wimbledon 3, Western Wildcats 1, Surbiton 4, Waterloo Ducks 2 final score. So both Wimbledon and Surbiton will play each other tomorrow for the 1 slot left in the EHL at Easter 2025. We will be back again on BTV on the 12th of October at 6 p.m. Beeston Oxted, so a run of 3 home games in a row for Beeston. Their homestand will come to a close next week against Oxted. Also, I can tell you, the women got their first 3 points of the season today. A win on the road at Gloucester City. I think it's a 3-0 victory for Beeston women today. We'll get that table updated and popped onto the social media very soon indeed. So do keep an eye open on the socials. And from all of us here in the chapel, it's been a pleasure keeping you company. You can hear the strains of umpire on the evening breeze, which the players love. And Oktoberfest is here, and Beeston are celebrating with 3 Premier Division points. See you next week. The visitors will clear. I suspect this is going in the air, and yes, it does. Allowed to bounce into the circle for the first time now. Cardiff and Met, then it's a stroke. Goman trusted with the responsibility for Cardiff and Met. Takes a touch, but it's into the back of the net. And the visitors score on 3 minutes. It's towards the boulevard end goal that they're attacking. Ball in towards Richmond now. Richmond sweeping it forward again towards the top of the circle. Good turn from Croft. Croft, is there a shooting angle here? It's been turned in for the equaliser. Fantastic work, George Fletcher. Next, Easter. I can also give you some other latest scores around the grounds. Let's just have a look at that. What a strike from Henry Croft. I knew the